How many times have you faced a tough decision and asked yourself, what's the right thing to do? Or, how can I make a better choice? Today, we'll explore an idea that could completely change how you approach life and personal growth. We're talking about a moral obligation that's not just an ethical duty toward others, but also incredibly practical. The moral obligation to evolve our intelligence. This concept, introduced by John Erskine, an American author and educator, might completely transform how you think and live. In 1914, John Erskine wrote an essay titled The Moral Obligation to Be Intelligent, where he presented a simple yet powerful thesis. Intelligence isn't just a mental ability, it's a moral responsibility. For Erskine, being intelligent doesn't mean having high grades or solving complex equations. It means using our ability to think, analyze, and understand the world in order to make better decisions and live more consciously. But why is this a moral obligation? Because without intelligence, we risk blindly following emotions, traditions, or others' opinions, leading to mistakes that could have been avoided. One of the biggest social problems that Erskine would point out is the damage caused by people who act emotionally instead of rationally. These individuals, often unwilling to reflect or analyze, can make decisions that harm not only themselves, but their entire community. Think, for example, of leaders who make decisions based on emotions or prejudices. The consequences can be devastating: unnecessary conflicts, wasted resources, dysfunctional policies. The lack of rational and empathetic intelligence can turn progress into chaos. But let's not forget how powerful emotions can be. Think about it. Not only in Italy, but in every country around the world, these kinds of politicians win votes by appealing to people's emotions rather than relying on measurable facts and data. That says a lot about the respect they have for the intelligence of those who vote for them. But back to us. Have you ever made a decision driven by emotion and later regretted it? Imagine being at work and having a disagreement with a colleague. Your first reaction might be to get angry, respond aggressively, or avoid the conflict altogether. But if you pause for a moment and apply Erskine's idea, what would you do? Using intelligence here means asking yourself, what's the ultimate goal? How can I handle this situation productively? It's not just a rational approach, it's also a moral act. Because you're choosing to improve your relationship with your colleague and contribute to a positive work environment. This is a simple example from everyday life, but it's in these small details that the fabric of an intelligent society is built. Now, imagine this same dynamic on a collective level. How dangerous is it when political or social decisions are made without rational reflection? How many times have mass movements been driven more by emotion than analysis? A society that doesn't cultivate intelligence, but instead follows emotions, slogans, and superficial thinking risks perpetuating conflict, injustice, and destruction. A historical example helps. Think about the witch hunts or the McCarthy era in the United States. In both cases, the lack of rational thinking led to deeply unjust decisions based on irrational fears instead of facts. This shows that intelligence is crucial not only for individuals, but for society as a whole. Erskine was highly critical of anti-intellectualism, a trend he already saw in 1914, which is still very present today. How often do we hear phrases like, "Follow your heart, don't overthink"? Yes, emotions are important. But relying solely on emotions without reflection can be dangerous. Take financial investments, for example, something I often discuss on this channel. If you invest purely based on excitement, maybe putting everything into the latest trendy stock, you could lose everything. Using intelligence means doing research, analyzing risks, and making thoughtful decisions. And this doesn't just benefit you, it also affects those who depend on your decisions. Many people think, Well, if I make a bad decision, I'm the only one who suffers. But are you sure it only affects you? If you gamble your entire paycheck at a slot machine, are you really the only one paying the price? Or does your choice also affect your loved ones? But here's the key. For Erskine, intelligence isn't just logic or rationality. It includes empathy and the ability to see the world from others' perspectives. For example, imagine a heated argument with a friend or family member. Instead of trying to win the argument, stop and ask, what is this person really trying to communicate? That's using intelligence morally, because you choose to listen and understand rather than fuel the conflict. Likewise, intelligence requires curiosity, the desire to learn, grow, and understand new things. When we approach life with an open mind, we discover solutions we never would have imagined. Another important area is intelligence in relationships. Imagine going through a tense period with your partner. Your instinctive response might be to blame or defend yourself. But applying Erskine's idea, you pause and reflect. What can I do to improve this situation? How can I show understanding and find common ground? That's moral intelligence in action. According to Erskine, intelligence also requires constant personal growth. It means never settling for what we already know, but always seeking to expand our knowledge and skills. So, how can we apply the moral obligation to be intelligent in daily life? Here are 3 practical steps. Pause and reflect. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, what outcome am I aiming for? Have I considered all the options? This helps avoid impulsive choices and leads to more conscious decisions. Seek understanding. When facing conflict, try to see things from the other person's perspective. Ask yourself, why are they reacting this way? Empathy is a form of intelligence and can completely change how you handle personal relationships. Embrace curiosity. Spend time each day learning something new, whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, or simply asking questions. This keeps your mind flexible and open to new ideas. By following these steps, you won't just make better decisions, you'll live a richer, more meaningful life. According to Erskine, intelligence isn't a luxury for the few. It's a moral duty for everyone. Being dumb is like being dead. The person who's dead doesn't suffer, but the people around them do. Every day we have the opportunity to use our intelligence to make the world a better place, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. John Erskine left us with a powerful message. Using intelligence isn't optional. It's a moral responsibility. Every day we face choices that demand reflection, empathy, and curiosity. If we apply these principles, we can truly transform both ourselves and the world around us. If this message inspired you, let us know in the comments. What are the biggest challenges you face when it comes to making rational rather than emotional decisions? Remember, your intelligence is a gift. Use it wisely. If you enjoyed this video, I also recommend watching The 9 Types of Intelligence, which you'll find here on this channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.